Hi, and welcome to Behind the Paddle podcast. I am Porcelain Victoria.
And I am Emily Sin.
Yeah, and today we are going to talk about technology, kink, and sex work.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some order.
Yeah. There's just been lots of advancements, especially in the last few years, in the world of technology that's advancing,
Yeah,
like kink, sex, and just sex in general, as well as sex work. And I thought it would be a good one for us
yeah.
to talk about.
They all are combined somehow or weave in and out somehow, which is very interesting.
I feel like this comes back to the whole Trinity thing, where it is such geeky people that are in the kink world that it makes total sense that technology has got an arm, has got a branch in the kink world. So
yeah, so we did a previous episode, the Trinity of Kink.
Holy Trinity of Kink,
the
yeah.
Holy Trinity of Kink, part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, we do like to talk.
Yeah,
behind the paddle.
we do go do like a good natter.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is the first topic?
Cool. So I thought we should start with where we just got sidetracked for an hour and a half looking at it.
Oh yes, we got sidetracked. We paid for some subscriptions. We did a research.
Yep. We'll call it research. That'll. Yeah.
It so sounds like we masturbated together or something. No, just watch porn. Thank you.
Yeah. So we went and kind of explored the world of VTubers, which has been a relatively new thing for me. Like I've never really came across it before until a couple of people bought from my shop, and I kind of discovered it by accident, just having a nose because I like to see who's buying from my shop.
In the good way possible. Like
Yeah, totally.
when the say like Throne and things.
Yeah, like it gets shared automatically
Yeah.
to X if people buy through people's wish list. So like I'm able to see through that. I'm not
looking at the addresses and things.
No. That's yeah. I realised how that sounded. No, this is like people choosing to put stuff on social media and me just happening to come across it and be like, "Oh, what's going on?" So yeah.
This, I mean, I feel like anybody and everybody who has watched, listened to our podcasts has most likely watched porn before.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize that. Like, I know of Second Life.
Yeah.
Which is another like virtual reality. I know people like have avatars there. I've seen that porn. And I know like cartoon porn and hentai and things. But I didn't realize that with VTubers they were creating their own porn.
Yeah, there's like an actual like platform for it almost. Just to kind of roughly explain what it is. For what we've seen anyway, we're, let's be honest, very limited hour and a half long knowledge of this. From what we've seen, the creators that we looked at are camming, but they're camming with an animated avatar as opposed to it being their in real life person. They're like kind of creating a persona and customizing their avatar to match said persona. But doing camming regularly, as far as I could see, we're using like Lovense and tips and just what you would usually expect from like a camming feed.
Yeah, but instead it's animated, it's anime type and like cartoonish and things, and it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. It feels a bit like we're living in the future.
Like there's also sex dolls and things like that.
Totally. This feels like a weird in between though. Like it feels like a step towards that, but still with that in real life, like because it's still the person speaking and everything else that comes along with camming.
Like we even saw like in one video there was somebody giving a blowjob to other like VTubers.
There was 5 of them, and what we can only assume wearing like haptic suits so that like it's tracking their movements and stuff, but not on the penis as far as we could see because it was very independently moving separate to what was going on, which
it's like a wiggly fish.
If anybody's ever had a shot of VR, very much it goes in line with that. Like some things just have a mind of their own in VR, and it was quite comical to be honest watching. Yep.
It was very interesting because it was just like, oh, is she doing this in real life or is she just acting it out? Is it like when you watch hentai and there's like a voiceover like, is she doing that? But then you've got the movement as well.
The movement feels very like, it's not like, see, like in like hentai, it's quite like rhythmic. Like you can tell they've like made one animation and then they've just kind of repeated it. Like this was very like people like movements.
It was very free.
Yeah.
In the way of like movement and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah. I just feel like I've uncovered like a full new world.
Exactly.
Like, it's great.
At least I'm just like, how do I get into this?
Pure googling haptic suits already. It's great. I want one for gaming anyway. So like, I don't know. At least then it's like a work expense.
Yeah. So we're now gonna do a fundraiser. Oh my god, could you imagine us doing the podcast
that
like
would be so cool.
Oh my god.
I feel like we need to at least do one episode of this.
No, because all I can think about is us doing the episode and then it turned into porn. Like Jason comes into it. I was like, I don't want to see you do that.
A big man comes in.
I'm just there like a cook watching.
Oh, there's an interesting one. I wonder if, because we obviously deep dived this, we were into all the software, we were looking at like custom fucking avatars on Etsy. It was great. We have wasted so much time today, but it's fine.
It's not wasted.
No, sorry.
It's our future. We have to look into this.
The future of the podcast. I wonder if there's like an AR version, you know, where you could like put your avatar like in your living room, like pure Pokemon Go style.
Oh my god.
That would be hilarious. Like we could do it so that we're actually sitting on the couches, like in here. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure that can happen.
I feel like that can happen.
That'd be so good.
How you need, because I've seen a few like people playing like Oculus Rift and playing it like in their house, and they have to like optic map. I could be wrong if that's the wrong word, but like where the game knows where like your couch is, for example. Like we'd need to do that instead of them like pure floating above the couch or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
They don't
sitting on the shelves on the wall.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Having like an avatar sub, like put my feet up on them and stuff.
There's so much for this. It's so
much
interesting.
avenues you can do. And like again, it's good with like long distance and things, and sex workers use it. Yes, you are. If you are a porn VTuber, you're a sex worker. Like yes.
But I feel like it's nice, especially like, I don't know, with how like, no, sketchy it is, that's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of stigma attached to sex work.
Yeah.
And this gives people a way of doing it where they're anonymous.
Yes.
Which is so nice in this day and age, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, this is it's so good.
The hyper focus is kicking in.
I
can feel it. I can feel it is growing. I'm like, no.
Like, I've just paid off some of my credit card, mate. I can do this.
We're just going to speak about this for the full podcast. Just plan it all out.
I know. See, if anybody would like to donate to our new cause.
What ears are you going to wear?
Oh my god, there's so many to choose from. Oh,
just
imagine the hair.
It's going to take me like 3 months, genuinely, just to like create an avatar. Like,
it's like Baldur's Gate all over again.
The amount of times I've restarted Baldur's Gate,
my god.
because I ended up I was like, do you know what? I made my peace. I'm not going to play Baldur's Gate. I'm just going to make characters.
Like the fucking Sims.
Yeah, I just do it like the Sims now. I go on, I make a character, I make them all pretty, and then I put it off, and it's great.
Well,
it's just like the best dress-up game ever.
At least you actually have your characters. I'm going to have to start again.
Why? Oh, because
it's not. I don't have a PC. And I did it on somebody else's Steam account, so...
Oh.
Yeah, it was like the deluxe version as well, so like the soundtrack or something and things.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
It just means we can all start one like together.
Yeah. When I get a PC.
When it came out,
dirty Xbox
we were ill.
player.
So like, I put like 120 hours in the first week. It was disgusting. Like we barely slept. Like all we did was play Baldur's Gate and just lie on the couch. It was so bad. Might not have been 120 hours. Hold on, that might have been over 2 weeks. But that was like a full-time job playing Baldur's Gate.
Full-time job, yeah.
We had 3 different campaigns on the go. It was great.
See, this is where it could come into with sex work, because I could just be like, subs, Want to play Baldur's Gate with me?
See, so I know this is skipping a bit, but we were talking about the butt plug gaming thing.
Yes.
Is
Oh,
Baldur's
yes.
Gate an option?
Oh my god, I'm sure somebody
During
can
the
code
sex
it.
scenes?
Oh.
Will we preface this by what we're
Wait,
talking
who
about?
did you romance?
All of them. My first one was fucking Minthara, though.
Okay.
Straight to evil playthrough. Had to be done. She hot. She's scary.
You guys need to look who these characters are. Like,
Who was your first one?
I can't remember her name now. The
Guess Yankee lassie.
no.
Oh, Shadowheart.
Yes.
Yeah. Fair.
And I was like, I could do Astarion, but I don't need that trauma. like I can just read a porno, it'll be fine.
I feel like he is like every porno character. At least in like erotica.
yeah. No, he's so mean, but it's like,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
that's fine.
That's why it's fun.
So you spite me.
Oh.
But yeah, so going into the butt plug, I have my lovely laptop here because my memory's shite. Yeah, going into this lovely butt plug. So I've tried to figure out
Lovely butt plug.
lovely butt plug. So I've tried to figure out. So it's just it's literally called buttplug.io.
Yep.
Buttplug is an open source standards and software project for controlling intimate hardware, including sex toys, fucking machines, and more.
Yep.
So I do believe you need like your own Bluetooth.
Aye, like
toy.
Lovense or one of the other ones. I feel like that's like the most well known one. If anybody's not heard of this before, basically there's toys that can connect to the internet through Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Through like an app on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And it can connect to anybody in the world and they can control it. So it's like remote control toys, which people may or may not be familiar with, but on like a global scale.
Yeah.
And there's all different toys and fuck machines and literally any toy that you can imagine that has a setting
the
on
ability to do that. Yeah. So the key features are implemented in Rust within bindings for C#, JS, and other languages. I must also state that we do not know how to code or anything like that. So we are giving the perspective from like the outside view of like, wow, this is like crazy what technology can do these days and things.
Aye, like I think this is just like a way of, so see you had a Lovense butt plug, but you had like another branded dildo. This is a way like Google Home in it, basically. You're like bringing them all together and being able to control them under one thing and getting them to interact with each other in ways that maybe the original app isn't designed to do.
Yeah. So yeah, support for popular hardware brands such as Lovense Kiru, the Handy Wee Vibe, and
the Handy Wee Vibe.
The Handy, Wee Vibe.
Ah, okay. I was like, was that a Scottish vibrator company? I got a bit excited there.
That sounds adorable, lad.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Used by manufacturers like Maztec for their Edge-O-Matic orgasm denial system.
Ah, is that the one that we were talking about? The
so I don't
zapping the balls.
So zapping the balls.
I remember we were talking like this was ages ago, and we were talking about like technological like toys like this, and there was a system where it basically like monitored your heart rate or whatever. It basically could tell when you were about to orgasm, and it would like zap your balls to stop it. So it was like an edging machine. It was like built in, basically.
Yeah. So I'm looking on their website now, and yeah. They zap you. Yeah. They do a bunch of other stuff as well. like any other store.
I love how people's minds work. It's great.
It's wonderful.
If you can think it, someone else has already made it a thing. It's great.
So, fancy DIY soldering and education kits and cosplay electric kits. That says a question mark. I don't understand why. Throw in some custom tailoring and prop work, and that's the Maztec.
So mostly what they do is like cosplay stuff, but they also make an edging machine.
Yeah, basically.
But it's like kits that you can build stuff yourself with.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Sex tech. Oh, it's quite expensive. It's £400.
Yeah.
Um.
And you've got to build it yourself. It's pure sex toy IKEA.
Yeah, Edge-O-Matic is a smarter orgasm denial device for men and women.
Ah, interesting.
That uses a hollow inflatable butt plug to detect orgasms via muscle contractions in the area. As the user approaches orgasm, these involuntary contractions are recorded and measured to estimate arousal levels and control external stimuli.
So it doesn't zap you. So this would be like, you put this up your ass, you connect it in with this buttplug.io with like another, like a fleshlight or a vibrator or something else, and basically when it detects you're about to orgasm, it'll cut it off.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's so cool.
How bizarre.
I love how like modular this is. It's great. You could build in like so much different stuff.
So I don't think you have to build this one actually.
Is that the one that's 400 quid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Currently sold out. But you can buy like accessories with it.
And the great thing about all these toys is like a lot of people do like long distance relationships in kink.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all this stuff is perfect for that because it's a way of people like sexually playing with each other from a distance.
Yeah. Like you want to do it while I'm in the store? Go for it.
Yeah.
Try and buy my groceries? That's fine.
Or just in the house, really.
Oh no, I think in public. That's like more exciting than just sitting down and watching a Family Guy or something.
Totally. I'm just thinking like, I don't know, if it was like you and your partner like video calling or something. Do you know what I mean? Then you could still have like that. Like,
that's cute.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Because I'm sure I'd seen as well, like Lovense do like, I don't want to say his and hers, but you know what I mean? Like matching fleshlight and dildo that like link up together and like do the movements from either side so that people can like virtually have like P and V or like P and A. Like,
that sounds very like it should happen.
I'm sure that's a thing. I'm sure I've seen about it before because I'm sure there was something like the first time it happened was at some porn convention. Like they should the showcase thing it.
Oh, that's how it should be. Yeah, absolutely showcased.
It might not be Lovense. Maybe it's another brand, like one of the other ones you'd mentioned. But it's definitely a thing because I remember there being like a big, no controversy about it, but see when like OnlyFans and stuff were becoming and like Cammon was kind of coming into the like mainstream and people were discussing whether or not having like sending a fan this fleshlight was sex work because like you're in a way like physically having sex. Like obviously it is sex work anyway, but for the people that were like Cammon's no sex work, like it was kind of crossing that line a bit more for them because it was like they were physically having sex even without the person physically being there. Like it was just another dimension kind of thing being added to it.
So I don't know exactly what both sex toys sync and interact with each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So that is their most recent update.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Maybe it was another company and this is like Lovense is caught up now or something. Because I'd seen about this years ago. Like I remember it.
Interesting.
Maybe it was just coming out. Maybe they had showcased it as like a prototype or something and it wasn't a thing yet.
Maybe.
But
But no, it's great. Like Lovense, it's all right. Again, coming into the sex work, a lot of sex workers use it for like webcamming.
Yeah.
Because it gives them, again, another level of playing with other people and playing with their audience. And so, for example, I used to do webcam, and I actually got gifted the Lovense and the
like what one, the
vibrator
one?
Both. I was, yeah. And it does. You can buy like a Bluetooth adapter, which you can put into the PC, which then you can look at the coding and things like that. Sadly, I do not have that, but I don't know how to code anyway.
I don't think you need to code for that, by the way. It's built into a lot of the websites.
So, if you were to do the butt plug, you, I believe, would need to go into it.
I think for that, yeah, because that's a lot more convoluted. Like, that's like doing things that the like devices haven't been like designed to do.
Yeah.
Which is where coding would come in. But Lovense sell that Bluetooth adapter, like loads of people use it for camming. Like they're on no coding that in. Like it's built into a lot of the camming websites. Have you tried though?
I didn't know what it was for, so I just never bothered.
Oh, fair.
It just didn't, like, I didn't know what to actually use it with.
I think like genuinely a lot of the websites have like a button you click, like the same as you would for like a webcam, like webcam enabled. You can like enable the Bluetooth adapter.
When that came out, I was going to like because I used to use ManyVids. Once that came out, I actually was exiting webcamming and stuff. Yeah. So I never properly got to like figure out how that works.
Yeah.
But that sounds correct. Like it was.
That's why so many people use it, because it's quite easy to set up.
To actually put it onto the
like the platform.
Yeah, the platform. That's it. Yeah. But no, I would get people to. They would pay, and I would, get pleasured by them and things like that. But Lovense is really, really good.
It's just an extra level of interaction, isn't it?
So. Exactly, yeah. I mean, the guys got a kick out of it, and so did the girls who used it and things. Yeah. So, yeah, it's really, really good. And again, using it in long distance as well.
Totally. Makes such a difference.
Yeah.
And like even using it with a partner in person can be fun. Like what you're saying with like public play and stuff like that. Yeah. Like they can be quite loud is the only thing.
Oh, don't. Because when I went to the Femdom ball, there was the after party, and of course I obtained a sub somehow. And he had a vibrating cock ring on.
Yeah.
With like the little remote. And we got into the taxi the way back to the dungeon. And as a joke, he was just like, it was on.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, my phone's vibrating. Can you hear it? I was just like, this is so loud. Yeah. It was so loud.
Yeah.
That's my problem, which I have with them, is just they're loud.
Aye. Like, it's fine if you're like walking about, but I feel like if you're in a restaurant, especially if it's not that busy and it's quite quiet, you can hear it.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I don't know, I've only used it in public with me, like, wearing it. I don't know if that's the right word. But I don't know if it feels louder to you because it's, like, in you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you can
and then
feel
you
it
got,
as
like,
well.
Your anxiety and everything as well.
Like, I don't know if it just, like, heightens that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like...
No, I agree. I mean, in the taxi, I could absolutely hear it.
You could hear it, aye.
It was so loud. I was like, why?
Was it, like, a good one?
It seemed like a good one, yeah. Like, it did its job.
Was it just, like, touching, like, the clothes? Do you know what I mean? Like, because that wouldn't help things. That would, like, make it louder if it was, like, resting against, like, what they were wearing as well.
True. He was wearing clothes when we got into the taxi, so... it was resting against clothes. But, no, yeah, they are loud. That's the one thing, because I feel like the vibrator as well, which I have, the actual like dildo, like you can hear it when it goes round and round.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
I imagine that like in Tesco, like no thanks.
Well, if you could hide that dildo, like
what do you mean?
Like, The one I showed you this
Oh,
morning.
to be fair, I was mere.
Like,
It would be a bit. It would be a
bit
bit much if the egg
you've
did
got.
that. Like,
it's just like a disco. Just spinning on its own head.
rotisserie chicken.
Hey man, my rotisserie chicken's tasty.
You got a rotisserie?
I can do. Well, it'll be well seasoned though.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Oh. So, buttplug.io. You were
Yeah.
saying it could hook up to like games and stuff.
Yeah. So, from the limited research which I've done, it was created by a lovely fairy.
Nice, always.
Of course,
Yep.
of course. And they have links to like their Instagram, their Twitter, their Twitch, and things like that. And like their Twitch videos are like a few hours long.
What's their name?
Yeah, so their name is Q Dot, or at least that's from what I can find.
Yeah.
And again, they're like on quite a lot of social platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you can support Bluetooth, USB, HID, and serial control toys. Cross-platform libraries available for desktop, mobile, and web.
Nice.
Open source with permissive license.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and again, they post quite frequent and updates as well. So it's really, really cool.
So open source means that you can go in and you can actually look at all the code and you can edit it, which means you can change it to suit what you want to do.
Yeah, because I'm seeing on their Twitter that people are coding it to like certain games and things like that.
Which is amazing. Someone will definitely have done that to Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Looks like you're doing the campaign again.
I would need to work it out of code first.
I'm sure you can figure that out.
With the right motivation, you know.
So, when you click on one of their links, you get a list of awesome interface projects.
Mm-hmm.
And like the table of contents is like utilities, video sync, audio sync, and then you've got a few game mods, which again, because it's
what games is it?
So the games that are already on there, Counter-Strike,
yeah, of course,
Overwatch 2, Risk of Rain 2, don't know
that one.
Minecraft.
To what end?
Dirty fucking bastards. Final Fantasy.
Yep.
And Terraria.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of similar to Minecraft. Yeah. I wonder if this is just so that like it can sync up with like Twitch streams and stuff.
Oh my god!
Like
again, that just comes into like sex work and just like.
Well, this is to do with sex. Like I'm not saying people aren't sitting wanking off to Minecraft, but like, oh, I don't even want that image in my head.
The new movie's coming out soon. Oh god! Thankfully, I've never played it. I've just seen people like play it and things. No, it looks too boring. I'm sorry. I'll play Sims. It's got better graphics.
Fair. I do enjoy Minecraft. The music makes me sad, and I don't know why. Is my one like takeaway for it is that like it makes me feel depressed if I play it for any length of time, just because the music pure like puts me on a downer.
Like the only thing I know really about Minecraft is that they tried to do like a Minecraft con and like it failed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There's so many people that play it though.
I can't remember why it failed. I just don't think it was good enough. Like the actual like how they did it and managed it and things. I'm not too sure. But like it just didn't work. And I felt really bad on like the creator and things. And then you have development and libraries. So general development, language libraries, game development, other frameworks and plugins.
So there's quite a lot to kind of go through it then.
Yeah, and then of course you've got like the Discord,
Yeah,
and Twitter.
I would
And all
imagine that would be
sorts.
very interesting.
A lot of horny people.
Yeah. So you were kind of briefly touched on Second Life, and this is something like I've had spoken about to me a couple of times recently. It's not something I've used. I still don't really totally understand it, but I know that there's like quite a big kink community attached to it.
Yeah, so I'm sure we're gonna do like a big breakdown about why just my life is how it is in general. But to make it like a bit shorter, just a little bit, I know Second Life from when I was younger because I joined it at like a great young age because I just wanted to explore, and it was like it's like Sims,
Yeah.
but with actual people. Like
Mhm.
you had like at my age when I was young, you had like Moshi Monsters,
And like Club,
Club
Penguin and
Penguin.
stuff like that. Yeah, like it's like kind of no chat rooms, but kinda.
Yeah,
But
because you
like
had like the hotel one.
yeah, I can't mind what that is. I know the one you're
Has been hotel. No,
no
not has been.
Haribo
Was
Hotel.
something like that.
I know the
Yeah.
one you're talking about. I never
Yeah.
played it. I didn't. I don't think I really. I tried Club Penguin, but I was like, ooh, I don't want
Moshi
to talk to
Monsters.
people.
That was it.
That was just after me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I'm an old bitch.
I love Moshi Monsters. It's so cute. But yeah, I found Second Life and I was like, wow, I can actually talk to people and
Yeah.
have anonymity. Is that the word?
Anonymity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be anonymous and people don't know who I am. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And so I found out shortly that like people would act out like dom sub relationships.
Mhm.
There was a slave island
Oh my god.
where you would literally
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I was just unexpected.
So
Was this a kids game? No.
no, you had
No.
to be 18.
Right, cool.
Whereas like 15-year-old me was just like, yeah, let's do this. So yeah, there was Slave Island.
Yeah.
So I already knew about kink and things like that, but this was just such a nice way to like explore it. I
Yeah.
say nice. We'll get there. So yeah, there was Slave Island.
Yeah.
There was like one specific island where people would go, and it was called Slave Island or like auction
Subtle.
Slave Island. So you would get quote unquote captured.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And then you would get taken to like the town center, and then you would get sold. Like people would actually bid on you with real money.
Oh right,
which
okay.
has been like converted into
like the in-game currency or whatever. Yeah.
So yeah, you would get a percentage of that. It was actually quite fair. in the way, like if you sold yourself, could
you unconvert the money back into real life money?
Yes, you could.
So you could actually do that.
Yes.
Fair. Cool.
So
Interesting.
we'll get into that. People actually did make a living off of Second Life, and
that's really
actually have real jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would get sold, and then it was usually you would get sold to a man. It would be the traditional stereotypical female sub,
male dom. Yeah.
And that was great. I fucking loved that because at that time I was all like, ooh, males and things, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so there was that, and then you would explore different types of like BDSM houses and BDSM kinks. And
was it all like decorated with this? Were people like making like the 3D models and stuff? Yep. Cool.
Like there is a Second Life shop where you can go and like buy things with the credits and real money.
So is the shop fully like BDSM equipment?
It can be, yeah.
Or like there's an option for it.
Yep.
There's like a wee like side part to it that's like that. Cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. And of course you can actually create stuff in the world as well. Because you have to in general if you want to make something. So you can buy houses, you can make houses. So if you wanted like a BDSM dungeon, that's what you can do.
Yeah.
And like you can type and you can do voice chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do webcam.
Yeah.
Like you have a profile bio and like you have a picture and like you can actually put like your real life picture and things like that. And like a description of why you're on there, and like there's so many groups and things. But yeah, so you've got like the BDSM side of it, and then like I realized there was this lifestyle. Of course, it was a bunch of books written by a man, called like the Korean lifestyle,
Yeah.
where basically women are like nothing. We're just colors, and depending on what color we are, that's our job. Basically,
Yeah.
it's lovely. Again, written by a man. So yeah, that was interesting. And again, like you can employ a slave. You can pay them and things.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that part where it's long distance sex work, BDSM, and then when you go into other virtual realities in Second Life, again, another venture which I went on was having a fully kitted out avatar.
Yeah.
Because of course you start off with a basic one and then you need to like upgrade and
You have
things.
to pay to, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make those titties jiggle and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to.
So is it similar to what we were looking at earlier, where like you can like import like animations and stuff?
You can import animations. Like you can import them, you can make them, you can buy them.
Yeah.
Different heads, different wigs,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Full on.
Can you wear a haptic suit in Second Life now?
Oh, I'm not so sure.
That's an interesting, because I'm thinking, what's the difference between this and vlogging, like what we were talking about at the beginning, in a way?
Yeah.
Except you're in an open world.
Because that's what I'm thinking right now. Is like, wow, Second Life went from Second Life to now like VR. If that makes any sense. Interesting. I don't know.
Is it in VR?
No, but like
it could be.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ooh,
this is interesting. Let me look up.
I don't. Can you though? Because is it supported? That's what we need to know.
Oh, okay. You can only do Oculus Rift headset.
Yeah. So there is VR in it then, but it's not got a haptic suit support. Like it doesn't support a haptic suit yet, but it might in the future.
I mean, if the creators
there's so many issues with that though. Like, have you seen the thing? Like, there was a woman that wore a haptic suit to play like an online multiplayer game and was actually like sexually assaulted.
Oh, I can
because
see that
people
happening.
were like touching her body and stuff in the game. Like, there's whole like I can tell
see that,
why they've maybe not ventured into that yet because it is so.
Oh, there would be a lot of that. I mean, like. There would be a lot of sexual assault, I feel like, in Second Life because people just don't know boundaries.
I mean, it's an
it's
an easy fix because what you do is you can set it so that other people can interact with your character.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way around it.
Yeah, which hopefully there's just a setting that's implemented everywhere.
Hopefully, yeah. Ugh. Terrible.
It's so sad that that's even needs to be thought about, but
right. But this is sadly the world we live in.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to me being a whore. So I found out that people would get paid for phone chat, which would be voice chat. People would get paid for texting. In the world.
Is this how you kind of came into sex work then? Was through Second Life?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, because I would also have people who would want webcam, like actual Skype calls and things, and they would pay me in like the credits and stuff.
Yeah.
Because obviously at that age I didn't really have a bank account or anything that I could put money in, and my parents would be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
So it would only just be in game. Like I earned a freaking load of money that like I should have pulled out, but like obviously at that age I wasn't thinking. But like it was a good few thousand of what I made. And so there was that side of it where it became into reality a wee bit. And it became like to me it was fun. It wasn't a job or anything like that. And then I found out that people would pay for VR sex.
Yeah.
No, not VR sex. Second Life sex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure people pay for VR sex anyway in general.
Most definitely. We'll come to that later. But yeah.
But back in the day, there was Second Life avatar sex.
Was this again using animations that people had to pay for?
Yes.
Like, was this like the base game?
So I remember it correctly. So yeah, you would get you would buy objects, so say like a bed, and then you click on the bed and that had different modes.
So it was like The Sims?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had different options of what to do. So you could get into like the doggy position, missionary.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how it would work basically. It would like you click it and it would like automatically start something.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's very, very interesting in that way. And then there was Second Life strippers and pole dancers. And like you would pay to get advertised in the club, and like you would have to pay rent and things.
Yeah.
So like, it's crazy. It made it so real in that way.
It was literally like a Second Life.
Yeah.
Was that the point in it then? I take it no everybody was using it for sex stuff.
Not
was
everybody,
there like
I don't think.
People that were just being let a post in it.
I feel like a lot of things just turn into sex.
Yeah.
Even if that wasn't their main goal.
Especially on the internet.
Yeah.
I feel
so
like that's...
It was one of the ways that I've properly found out about furries and like pet play and personas. Because of course I have a persona on there. And it was so much fun because then I learned about like breeding kinks and all sorts like that.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was definitely like a way into kink and a way into sex work.
Yeah.
Which, wow, that's actually crazy to think about. That was like my first proper like
introduction
to sex work. Look at it like that. Oh wow. So yeah, Second Life, like, I'm sure there's other platforms, but that was the main one which I known about, and I really enjoyed it as well.
And it's still going now.
Yeah,
like, it's still like that was how I had heard about it. It was like bumping into someone at an event that was talking about Second Life, and I'm saying about like people like doing their ironing while being a fuck doll in Second Life, and like this is why I wasn't really sure what it was, because I'm just like, that was the information I had, and I'm just like, cool, that makes sense, I guess. Like
you can be anything on Second Life. Like everything has an avatar. Like I'm pretty sure I was a vampire at one point and a pup, and like you can be like a child and things. Like there's a lot of different avatars you can make up and create and things.
Yeah,
it's cute. Right, so this is the end of part 1 because we're gonna talk and talk and talk and talk. Talk a lot.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We've got the Uncensored Market coming up next month on the 15th of December. If you don't have your tickets already, grab them. As always, you've got a wee discount code for the Sanctuary of Sin, which is behind the paddle. You'll get 10% off at checkout if you use that.
Yeah. I am Porcelain Victoria. You can find our links on the Buzzsprout.
Yeah.
And that'll send you everywhere. That'll send you to my page, her page, and our lovely Dark fan page as well.
If you want to see us in our lingerie,
go
and check that out. It means we can keep the podcast going because we can get a little bit of money as well, which is always great. So
absolutely, yeah.
Something in it for all of us.
Yeah, you can tip in general as well. But yeah, I think this has been part 1. I think that's it.
Thanks for listening, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.